पापा से मिले हो मेरे? My father is one of the most wonderful people you would ever meet. Just like your father, I guess. But then I know that even getting great parents is a great privilege and not everyone is so lucky. Now I love him. He loves me. And in a number of ways, I owe my entire life and existence to him. Like any other family, however, we don't always agree on everything. My plans to start a business, for example, he keeps rejecting my ideas, considering I have a few flaws in my character which would work against me if I ended up starting a business. One in particular that he keeps on mentioning about is that I get emotional about everything. And money and emotion, not the best combination. It took me a while to accept it, but I guess he has a point. I've never been good with money anyway. That validates what he's trying to tell me. Thank God for my wonderful, wonderful wife who manages my finances now. Another reason, however, that sometimes I've had disagreements with my father is the fact that he thinks I still need to grow up. Now, this is tricky. I'm 30 years old, married. I mean, that's pretty grown up, right? But no, he wants me to not be too trusting when it comes to people around me, or the fact that I can't always say what I want to. We need to follow rules, etc., etc. Now, big reason why I switched 4 jobs in the first 3 years of my teaching career. It has always been hard for me to not speak up or not point out when something wrong is happening right in front of my eyes. Trust. अब मैं पापा को कैसे समझाऊं? My father grew up in Roorkee and moved to Meerut in his 20s. I have been born and brought up in Meerut. वहाँ दोस्त नहीं होते भाई, वहाँ सिर्फ भाई होते हैं. तो ये दोस्तों के लिए ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा करने वाली लानत, ये तो हम सबको मिलती है. हमारे माँ बाप ने यही किया है हमारे साथ. So I get his point. But staying silent when wrong things are happening in front of my eyes, that's a tricky one. When he mentioned this for the first time, I had only one question. Papa, isn't that what you taught me in the first place? My school, my education, my books, all my teachers, they all taught me those things. Why do you expect me to change that now? How is that fair? He said, well, you can't always be nice and follow the books. That's a part of your growing up process. First and foremost, you have to save yourself and your family from this dangerous, hard, corrupted world which is all about money and opportunities. अब मैं फंस गया यार. It took me some time to process all this information. It actually took me months. Since it was coming from my lifelong hero, I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and realized finally that this time he was wrong. And I just can't follow this piece of advice. Though I know it's coming from the right place, he's my father, he wants the best of the world for me. But no, I just could not do it. The current lockdown, among other things, means that most people have a lot of time on their hands. Time is a luxury, and however one spends it is entirely up to them. I don't know about you, but I have tried to work on my thesis. There are writing projects which I have on my shelves, which I now intend to work on, but it's been there for a couple of years, so no guarantees to that. Just to add some variety, I have also started taking an interest in cooking, something that I was forced to learn very early in my life because of certain circumstances at home during my childhood. But then I kind of gave it up when, help arrived later. And of course, I am helping around the house as much as I possibly can. On a daily basis, I see millions of people doing really wonderful things and people who are at the forefront of our struggle against the pandemic. Big respect for the brave doctors, medical staff, all the volunteers, and the law and order protectors, not just in our country, but globally. Everyone else who has found a way of contributing in a healthy manner in these difficult times, sir, I salute you. However, there is also a huge bunch of people who are spending majority of their time spreading hatred. And believe me, I know, half of you are doing it without even realizing it. And what is even worse, without knowing the consequences. It also includes a long list of people, by the way, who I've known for years and years. Every time I open Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, I see hundreds of posts lined up, blaming one community or another. Through this video, I'm not really addressing the poor or underprivileged population of the country. They are struggling for food and basic resources. Please help them as much as you can. Point being, they hardly have time for these things. I am talking to you, my friend, the educated, too much time on their hands, confusing hatred for patriotism category of people. In India, in my country, we don't just have one war, we have war at two levels now. The first one is the enemy we cannot see, the virus. How to fight it? The guidelines are pretty clear. The government has told us what to do, or rather what not to do. Stay at home, take care of yourself, take care of your family, wear a mask, wash your hands, etc. etc. I'm sure all of you know that. Guys, it is an unprecedented challenge. We haven't seen the likes of it before. It's not a war we can fight physically on the border. There are no missiles flying across the sky. Thank God for that, by the way. So I understand your lack of patriotism and unity. See, in India, in my country, we're only patriotic about actual wars and cricket matches. Bhaiyo, make no mistake, the war is real. It's global. It's life versus death. And right now, death is winning. The other war is the one that people have started amongst themselves. It has existed in India for hundreds of years now, always obviously under the surface. And believe me, there is nothing religious about it in nature. It's not just religion, it's caste-based, region-based, color-based, wow. Endless categories. In a number of ways, we are the most discriminating population in the world. We blame each other the first chance we get, when it's anything. Guys, I understand. Social media has given you a power to express your opinion and share it with an endless audience. Hell, I'm doing the same thing myself right now. We have police, we have armies, we have intelligence, and so many other organizations that a common man like me would not even know about. They exist in our country. They are working tirelessly to counter the threats of terrorism and other criminal activities. Allow the authorities to fight that war. Don't drag another war to our homes. Don't drag another war to your home. Please don't drag it to my home. Another reason is the kind of journalism we watch on TV. Mat dekho bhai, mat dekho. वो journalism नहीं है. Inviting 4 people on national television, asking them provocative questions, and the host in turn dominating the entire discussion is what has become journalism in India. Come on, guys. You're better than that. You've always been smarter than that. I know most of you. Do you really believe that to be journalism? They're just sellers of sensationalism who have conveniently decided to ignore what their profession really means. You want news? Government helpline for child abuse and domestic violence has broken all records during the lockdown. Look around you. Stop these things from happening. Behave like an educated, responsible citizen of a wonderful, wonderful country. We often say that history repeats itself. Big reason for that is we always live in the present and plan for the future. And at the really important, critical moments in our lives, like the one we are facing right now, we just somehow tend to forget about history. We make the same mistakes. Since you obviously have a lot of time, yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of time. I keep coming back to it. Look back and learn. Learn from the world wars. Learn from partition. There is endless literature on it. Feel the pain of death. You want suggestion on books? Ask me. Drop a message. You find English literature tough? You can always read Chetan Bhagat. Read 3 Mistakes of My Life. Read about Godhra. Try and actually feel the pain of death. The problem is, we do not understand death till it happens to us. Till someone dies in our family. Till we lose someone we actually love. Until then, it's all just statistics and numbers. Go to a family where a member has been infected by coronavirus. Ask them if they care about anything else. Shouldn't we be more worried about them right now? So far, the answer that I've seen on social media is no. Why do we care? We're safe. Even if that is the selfish principle that governs your life, be careful. Do not bring the other war home. Your posts full of hatred, your sharing of videos, blaming any religion or region is bringing a war right to all of our doorsteps. Please let the terrorists and criminals and offenders be taken care of by law, by the authorities, by the government that all of us have chosen. They are capable of doing it. Take care of those around you. You're not just showing a dark side to yourselves. When the whole world can actually do with a lot more of love and kindness, we need compassion more than ever before. People are scared, isolated, locked down, and it's taking a toll on not just their physical health, it's affecting their mental health also. And to be honest, it seems like it's affecting and taking a toll on your mental health also. Considering the nonsense that you keep posting and circulating through these different social media channels. I am a teacher, and there is no way I'm going back to my classroom and explaining my students that everything they've ever learned through these books was wrong. They learned that human beings are civilized. It differentiates us from animals. We do not eat each other up. We do not rush into panic. We help each other. We ask for help. We stay together and we solve any problem that comes our way like a family, like civilized people. We already have a very big problem to cope with. We don't need another. Don't lose your touch with humanity. Do not unlearn everything that you've been taught. Or else, before you share another one of those nonsensical, sensational pieces of fucked up information, do me a favor. Burn your books. Go to your school and burn that building to the ground. Same with your college. Consider your teachers dead. Even if your parents have forgotten their own lessons, remind them of the goodness in this world, yeah? Come on. They taught you different things at a different time, when times were sane, when we all played football together, when we all ate together. Please don't do it. Otherwise, give up on education. Come out in the open. Once you've done all those things and declared yourself a terrorist in a more tangible way, because you won't understand if I call you a terrorist now, but no, make no mistake, you are. Achieve all that and certify yourselves. Then start sharing your hateful videos and posts. At least make it easier for the authorities to know exactly who you are. Believe me, I know most of you are just normal common people with a lot of time on your hands. Find something less hurtful to do. Maybe just extend your sleeping hours. You would do more good to the world that way. Stop this hatred, yaar. Come on, guys. Haven't you had enough already? I certainly have. Now, normally I would like to say that I would come back with a new video, but no, I won't. I don't have that kind of time. I have more important things to do and more productive things to do rather. बर्तन साफ करने जाके भी